So Eric, as a developer working on backend services, errors can appear in the debugging screen. I'm really curious. I want to show you this one error that I noticed. Hold on. Where is it at? I'm going to bring it in. I just want to get your thoughts on this. Let me share my screen. Okay. So is my screen showing? Are we good?
Yep.
Good. All right. Perfect. So here's an error that appears in the debug console, right? Error. While subscribing to headers, missing required fields, SHA-3 uncles for header network, Celo Alpha Horus testnet. What does this mean?
That's a good question. So some errors like this may come up as people are trying to port some smart contracts over from Ethereum. And in this case, Celo has actually removed some block header properties that Ethereum uses, but aren't relevant for Celo. Because of Celo's consensus mechanism, stuff like uncles and block nonces and even difficulty don't really apply.
Yep. I knew you were going to get this one. That's right. So we have Celo headers right here. So I took this from the source code, and for those watching, we could see it right down on the bottom for the GitHub. But ultimately, our headers have been shortened compared to an Ethereum chain. And when we go to the Ethereum and we look at the headers, it's like, well, there's the uncles. It's right there, shining right at us. And that's what I love about blockchain in general, the open and inclusiveness of it. It's like the source code's there. So if you have a problem, search the source code and you can dig for answers quite quickly because it's available. And what else is different? It's we don't need the difficulty because we're not proof of work, we're proof of stake. These things are kind of obvious when you're comparing the types of consensus amongst all the other EVMs. So we don't need these because we're not proof of work, we're proof of stake, and that means the nodes too, right? So job well done, Eric. I'm impressed. Yes, that's correct. The validation process could cause a bit of a bottleneck. So you pay attention to the debug console. If 0x0 is not working, null is not working, maybe you need to put in a full address. You don't want to pull in anybody's address, just put in zeros that match up. Bypass it, right? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a great tip. I also think people should pay attention to our headers. I mean, we do have fewer headers sometimes, for some function we may have added more. But if you look at the slide that you had previously, you're able to select how your gas fees are paid on Celo, and that's totally different from a lot of other projects. So you could be paying in the Celo native token. You can also be paying in, I believe, CUSD and CEuro, which are the platform's stablecoin offerings. So if you think about it that way, that means that people can interact with your project. They can pay gas with whatever they feel like using, if it's dollars, if it's CEuros or CUSD, and that's a very different benefit and a very big benefit, I think, to people that are trying to be more creative, try new things. And it's a great feature that not a lot of people know about, but it's one of the differentiators from Celo, from Ethereum. So back to the headers themselves. Yeah, we have fewer, we have different ones. We're trying to achieve different things. And because Celo is proof of stake, there's different things that we are optimizing for and trying to sort of focus on that are going to be different from Ethereum. So take a look. Everything is open source. You can take a look at everything. It's still a blockchain, right? It's still creating blocks every 5 seconds or so. And there's a lot of benefits to kind of understanding that difference. And the idea of paying gas differently, I think, is worth exploring.
Oh, it's absolutely worth exploring. That's one reason why I put this slide here, is not only can you use some interesting methods to go through the debugging process, but I was going to mention that you hit it right on the head, the nail on the head. It's you can pay with, for instance, a stablecoin CUSD. We also have CEuro with Celo, and all you have to do is on fee currency, just slide in that smart contract that's responsible. It's at the base layer of our platform. So yeah, sweet call out. Thanks for
Yeah, thanks for kind of talking about it. And also, interestingly, because we have this feature, it's also something that can be changed in the future. So there's other popular projects that come over. If there's bridge tokens that people believe has value, those can also be up for, I think, vote from the governance team. So the Celo is open source and is run by and governed by a suite of nodes and validators out there. So these people can vote to elect another coin. Maybe there's C Real or C who knows what. Those could also be used to pay for gas.
The power of decentralization. We have our own governance that people can participate in. Way cool. Any advice for folks that are like interested to learn more about headers? Like, what should they do?
Yeah, on that topic, with headers, again, Celo's blockchain is still composed of blocks, very much just like Ethereum. And the blocks are version binary data structures, and they're all chained together. As a developer, I think you should consider, when you're working through transactions, just making sure that things are compatible and that whatever you're trying to do on Celo is mapped properly, not that you're trying to do it on Ethereum or another network. And the block header does provide a pretty important role for keeping the data very strict in terms of format and making sure that everything is connected and everything's accounted for. So I would say do more research, try things out, and as you start to notice the differences, kind of drill down deeper and see what kind of things you can build without having to worry about all those other features that we had talked about in the header.
Sound advice. Thank you so much, Eric. So if you're a developer and you're interested in building on a blockchain, maybe you came from Web 2, maybe you're building some solutions on mobile, native, cross-platform, you're interested in a change, this is a good time to be thinking about Celo. What I would like to say is go ahead and check out our hackathon. We have Make Crypto Mobile Hackathon, known as MoFi, hashtag MoFi, Mobile Finance. It's easier than people think to come on board. We're an EVM compatible chain, we're ready to go, and there's major opportunities here, all right? We have several tracks with over $2.5 million in prizes for you, the developers, the creators out there looking to make an impact, maybe looking for a change. Yeah, we want to see you. So in the hackathon, the tracks that we have, it's not just for decentralized finance. Think of DeFi as like a wide spectrum. Within it, we have several tracks, right? NFTs, tooling, gaming, creators, infrastructures, green eco, and of course, cross-chain interoperability. So what are you doing waiting? Like, I think right now you should be clicking a link and joining our hackathon. All right, a month long, major opportunity, over $2.5 million in prizes. Come on, developers, don't miss out your chance to make an impact on a blockchain that's ready to go for you.